Hello, my name is Jackson Kajener with the Cold Lake Regional Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to our interviews with the candidates who are running for the municipal election. Many will remember the Chamber hosting all candidates' forums in person. However, this year we have taken a new format where interviews with each of the candidates willing to participate will be uploaded to the Chamber of Commerce YouTube channel. I am joined by Ben Fadeyiw, who is running for Councilor in Ward 6 of the Municipal District of Bonnyville. For our viewers, I will briefly outline the format for these interviews. The candidate will be given 5 minutes to make introductory remarks. The candidate has been provided with 2 prepared questions, which they will be given 2 minutes to respond to. There are 3 questions which have been submitted by our members for the candidate, and they will be given 2 minutes to respond to each question. The candidate will be given 2 minutes to make their closing remarks. For fairness to all candidates, we do have a timekeeper who will be ensuring that responses stay within the time allotment. We will start now with Ben giving his introductory remarks.
We're good? I'm on? Jackson?
Yeah.
We're good? Okay. Hi, my name is Ben Fadeyiw, running for re-election for Ward 6. I am primarily, I'm a dad of 2 kids. Teenagers now, so my job is pretty hectic at times. And actually, it's a good, it's really good because it really, I get to deal with the councillors as well. So I'm prepared as a father dealing with some of my fellow councillors. Just kidding. They're all good. They're all great to work with. I'm a business owner in Cold Lake. My wife and I own a bunch of blinds here in Cold Lake, and we live in an acreage just outside of a town here, which is Sorry to City, and it's right by the Grand Center Golf Course. One of the main reasons I ran the first time around is building a bridge between the MD of Bonnyville and Cold Lake. I know that there was a lot of tensions in past council with the relationships, and so that was my main focus. And I think this new council have come a long ways and built a lot of strides in that. As Cold Lake is the community, my ratepayers in Cherry Grove and north of Marie Lake, Cold Lake is where we shop. That's where we play. That's where we do everything. And I think it's key to build those relationships between the MD and the city of Cold Lake for long future sustainability, and our kids as well, right? I was watched actually on Saturday. I went to watch the football game at the what's the place called again? Anyways, football game here in the city of Cold Lake, and over half of the kids playing there are from the MD of Bonnyville, primarily Ward 6. So I think it's important for us to keep it tight and be friendly with each other and move the ball forward. One thing I always, fiscal responsibility is huge. Again, the reason why I ran, there were some expenditures that were, I shouldn't say frugal, they're just on call for, so we kept that tight. Money is running short. Every year we see reduction in costs. We should be able to run the MD with what we have. We don't want to increase taxes. We've got to be very careful of where we're going. On an average, yearly average in the last 3 years, we've seen a $2 million to $3 million shortfall every year on tax assessment. So again, instead of raising taxes to make up the shortfalls, I think we can do it. I think we can do it by being careful of where we're spending the money. I think we have to be careful of finding the right contracts and for different jobs that we do, but yet still keep recreation at the top of mind. With 2,300 kilometers that we have of roads, it takes a lot of money for infrastructure alone. So we have a great plan, and first time ever, I was quite proud to see a 5, 10-year, and 15-year road plan. Before every year, each council would build a road, or he would have this quote-unquote wish list. We've stopped seeing paved roads going to nowhere. Right now, it's the 5, 10-year, 15-year plan. It's pretty scientific. It is, our guys are looking at the numbers, how many people travel it, how many people use it, is it industry, is it cars, and they make their assessment based on that. Very scientific, and I love it because now we're not wasting money and we're not chasing stuff. There's another thing that's really shouldn't say troublesome on our guys' part, but our transportation and utilities need to plan this stuff ahead. They need to engineer these roads. So if they know 5 years going in what the plans are, it's pretty easy for them to look at that and say, oh yeah, next year we're going to do this road, so we're going to get that engineered, we're going to move the power poles, and then when the time comes, they're ready for it. But yeah, my biggest part, Jackson, is to make this a viable community and a place where I live and I play. Well, mostly my kids play, but where I play. So, does that answer some of my question? Yeah, I should have read your email.
We will now begin with the prepared questions. Each candidate has been sent the same 2 prepared questions. Question 1. Tourism has seen some growth in our area over the last few years. What are your thoughts on how this industry can continue to grow in order to attract more tourists to the Cold Lake MD of Bonnyville region?
Thanks for that question. That was a great question. It's something I'm very passionate about. I'm glad you also mentioned that there are going to be the same questions everywhere. So I wrote notes now because there's a lot of things I didn't want to miss. So one of the things I love to hear is how people come visit here and they're totally excited and blown away by the things we have. The lake, if you don't want to hear, this is the reason I wrote this. Not only do we want to see tourism thrive, but also we want to see this as a short list for people that want to transfer here. Anywhere from the military to our current energy employers that they're not always searching for places. So this is a great backyard for them to play with. I'm happy to see that. So right here in Cold Lake, like in the Cold Lake boundaries, we have an MD campground. We have additional, we're putting additional 60 stalls in there. 4 stalls that are going to be mobility accessible. So it's going to be about 120 stalls in total available at the shores of Cold Lake. The beauty about that with the city of Cold Lake is MD doesn't have any services nearby, so that's where they're going to camp. They're coming here to fuel up, to go to the grocery stores and everything else. There's also a trail going from the Snowmobile Club, so they can go onto the Iron Horse Trail, go right through the MD Park and start going through Canusa Ridge. What a gem. We actually went to an adventure park. Now it's going to be Four Seasons place, and we're also replacing the green chair. We're making another lift as well. It's a 40-year-old chair, so that's getting done. So the MD was also granted French Bay Rec Park, right next door to Canuso. So again, as far as future expansions, it's all there. I know there's talks about with the MD of Bonnyville and the city of Cold Lake about collaborating on a trail system. There's also going to be a trail going from the city of Cold Lake, about 50th Street, all the way down to 630, all the way to Cherry Grove. And I've missed a lot more things to talk about.
Thank you.
Jackson, you should have made this like a 4-minute question, not a 2-minute question.
Question 2. The city of Cold Lake has been working for years to try and bring commercial air service to Cold Lake. What are your thoughts on this initiative, and do you support the efforts of Cold Lake? How do you see the MD of Bonnyville supporting this initiative with the city of Cold Lake?
As past president of the city of Cold Lake Chamber, the regional chamber, that was one of the things we were fighting for as well. So I'm a huge advocate for it. The MD of Bonnyville and the city of Cold Lake have come a long ways in relationship as municipalities. This was one of my main priorities as councilor. We also see important agreements like the ICF and ID 349 come through. We also have fire services that are joint, and I'm sure if there is a regional commercial air service available, I'm 100% an advocate for that. It'd be interesting to see what the other candidates say. I was chastised in my opinions on the air service a long time ago from one of the MD employees. that was actually running now as a Ward 6 candidate. So I wonder if her position has changed at all on that. So anyways, so the previous question and comments about tourism and retention of personnel, I can only imagine what a regional air service would do. I think it's no coincidence that we see major tourism within communities that have airports. International travel will be way easier to get here. We also see a huge growth in bed and breakfast operations and fishing charters. Brian and Debbie from Hamilton House will have to buy a bigger boat and get a bigger house because it's going to really expand that core value of what we have here in our area.
We now move into the unprepared questions segment. Question 1. If elected, what specific goal would you like to accomplish by the end of your term?
What specific goal? Man, that's... So I have another, 10 more minutes on this too, or just 2?
Just 2 minutes.
Man, that sucks. Anyways, so one of the big things is sustainability, not only of Ward 6, but also Coal Lake. Again, what I mentioned is the work and play, but also the safety part of it as well. For the last 2 years, I've been working fairly hard on a fire service that is kind of around the Cherry Grove. Cherry Grove is the largest hamlet in the MD of Bonnyville, and so we worked into plans, and we're going to have that in our strategic planning part of it as well. And yeah, so we're moving that forward. And again, just maintaining the relationship that we have with Coal Lake, I think is key, and keeping that dialogue open and keeping it positive is my main goal. And again, back to the tourism part, I really want to see a long-term plan for Canusa Ridge, and so again, keeps that tourism here, keeps the locals here, and yeah, so that's the 2-minute nutshell.
Question 2. What are your thoughts on the healthcare in the region, and what role do you believe the MD should play in improving the level of service the residents receive?
Wow. It's a tough question because you're not really asking what we did. I mean, we've done, again, Hearts for Healthcare, we're top supporters for that. We're always advocating. So our reef sits on a board that advocates with the ministers and the ADMs to get our healthcare system here. Before we've seen a huge, departure of doctors, and now we're dealing with nurses. I think one of the main problems here is AHS. We have to keep pressure on him, and we're doing that. And our Reeve is he's got a full-time job just on the healthcare part itself. Again, it's been about 10 years since I've actually had a family doctor. Like, what's wrong with that picture, right? I mean, it's we have some serious shortfalls here, and I think the whole AHS structure, how they did it, they took services away from our smaller regions, where now if you want to do anything related to any kind of special scans or anything like that, you have to go to Edmonton before you can go to St. Paul. Their whole blueprint of what they have going on is wrong. We need more of those services within our region, so it takes our ratepayers only an hour or an hour and a half to travel versus 3 hours or 3.5 hours, which is fairly troublesome because most of the people that are looking for those services are older, and sometimes help is hard to get as far as driving in there and everything. So again, I have a daughter with type 1 diabetes, and everything we do is with the Stollery. So again, before this COVID happened, we'd always be going to Edmonton for that. Why don't we have that service here? So again, we're always going to strive to beat them up and try to move the ball forward with that.
Thank you. Question 3. Strong working relationships between neighboring municipalities are important to the region. How would you continue to build these relationships for the betterment of the region's business community?
Another fantastic question, but just a 2-minute part sucks. But anyways, I just stepped down from a volunteer board. I was the vice chair of Community Futures. You've probably heard of them. We've had a lot of functions here, and Community Futures is a regional partnership and a regional business development group, strictly funded and supported by the federal government. We, as a board, we decided to open up an office here in Cold Lake because we felt there's a shortage of that. It was always in Bonnyville. So the new director and the new board also made some conscious efforts of moving an office here in Cold Lake, which are open 5 days a week, and we're over at where Dick's, Dick Accounting is. That's where we're at, and yeah, we're always supporting business that way. And as a young entrepreneur, my daughter went there and got her business plan going, and that really helps. So yeah, and as a business owner, I really want to thank the city of Cold Lake for being community-minded and business-minded. Again, getting back to those relationships are important for that.
And to conclude today, I would invite Ben to give his closing remarks.
Closing remarks, do I have 5 minutes for this one?
That 2 minutes.
You're killing me. You're killing me. Anyways, 2 more minutes. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, no, I mean, I'd like to thank my last 4 years of advocating for our area and our region is, would kind of show you what I'm there for. I'm there for businesses. Like me, I have a business in Cold Lake. I live in the MD. My kids live in the MD with me, unfortunately, still. But yet, we work and play in the city of Cold Lake. So again, those relationships are very important to me. And again, my community, which is Cherry Grove, is the main part, but also the Marie Lake, making it viable, making it energetic, and the new board and all the new activities going on out there are amazing. The MD was so gracious enough to put a rec ice rink there. We want to say 4 seasons. Have you guys seen that thing at all? It's beautiful, right? So now there's a legacy item that the region will have for a long time. Great for venues. 4-season weddings. You can have a wedding there in summer. You don't have to worry about it's an outside-inside wedding. We use that a lot now, right? Outside-inside restaurant. This damn COVID thing. So you could do that. You can have a safe way to celebrate, and that's thanks to council. And I'm hoping keeping the torch going for that. And again, yeah, that's really it. I'm being flagged with the flag. My time is up. So thank you, Jackson. Thanks for putting this on. Really appreciate the chamber for doing this, and it's important for us to get out there, even with this COVID. Again, with campaigning, it's really tough right now. You got to be very careful as far as knocking on doors. So.
We would like to thank Ben for joining us today and taking the time to answer some of the questions that are important issues for the upcoming municipal election on October 18th.
Thank you, Jackson. You did a great job. Even though